If your PowerPoint lessons feel like they turn into a one-way lecture after just a few slides, this video is for you, because that's the problem. Usually it isn't the content, it's that students are just watching instead of participating with your information. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to turn a regular PowerPoint into an interactive PowerPoint presentation using a free PowerPoint add-in, ClassPoint. Without having to switch apps or rebuilding your slides, you can get that interactivity. And I know sometimes when teachers hear interactive PowerPoint, they just think animations or fancy designs. But what real interaction means is students responding instead of just listening. And you can see that understanding in real time so that you can adjust your lesson and participation to fit naturally with your lesson flow. And that's exactly what we're going to build here with ClassPoint. Okay, to get started, we're going to begin with a completely normal PowerPoint slide. No special templates, no redesign, just a presentation that you've already used in class and know that it works. We're just going to layer some interaction on top of that to add a little bit more advancement to what's already been working for you. So that first step is to add a question slide to get a little bit more of that interaction. So you can either add a new slide in your presentation or just add a slide on, or add a question on one of your existing slides. If you're not sure what kind of question to ask to get that student interaction, you can always use AI to help and generate a question based on the information on your slide. So ClassPoint does have an AI tool for this. Take a look at the video linked up above to learn a little bit more about it. For us, for this example, I already do have a question on question slide in my presentation that I used to just ask verbally, but now with a few clicks, I can turn this slide into a live question and receive those student responses all at once instead of just seeing hands being raised. So we're going to access the ClassPoint add-in from classpoint.io. From here, you can download and install for free, and then you'll see the Ink No ClassPoint tab in your PowerPoint ribbon. So from there, we can just click on one of the various question types that ClassPoint offers that matches the question on your slide. So here I have multiple choice, so I've added a multiple choice button. You can move around the button to see what fits, and I do have A, B, C, D options, so that already matches our number of choices, which is 4 here. And we do have a correct answer, no multiple choices, but we do have a correct answer here, that is B. Once that first question is done, you can continue adding questions throughout your whole entire presentation to keep your students engaged. So I'm going to go ahead and add a few more here, like this slide drawing option and some others in my presentation as well. Once all of your questions are added in, we can enter our PowerPoint presentation mode, and I'll share with you how students can join in and participate, plus some other tips on how to keep your PowerPoints interactive and your students engaged throughout the actual presentation part. So for students to interact with your presentation, they're going to join in by using a simple class code on one of their devices. So to access this, we can click on this class code up here in the top corner. You can use a random class with these random numbers here, or you can use a private saved class like what we have listed here. To learn more about these kinds of classes, take a look at the video linked up above. But otherwise, students can join in by scanning this QR code or going to classpoint.app on any browser on any device. They just type in the class code and their name and they'll be joined in. Once everybody is in, we can exit out of this and click on the ClassPoint button to start receiving those live responses right away. So this changes the lesson from, I was wondering if anyone got this, to here's exactly what the class was thinking. So not only can you use multiple choice questions, you can vary on how your students are going to participate in your class. If you forgot to add in a question or didn't realize that you wanted to check students' understanding at an exact moment in time, you can always use the ClassPoint quick poll option. So this option here just allows you to ad hoc ask a question depending on your goal and how you want them to participate. So we have some different options here. Otherwise, if you have any verbal options, you can set up this for a quick poll. But let's go ahead and ask students, how they're doing on understanding this specific topic. We can easily start that poll and begin receiving those responses. You can also ask a short answer question to see students' reasoning or some visual responses responses where students draw or mark something up with a slide drawing question type. Some other ways to reset attention and refocus the room are with different annotations. So with ClassPoint here, you have easy access to a whole bunch of different annotation tools here on the toolbar. So you have different pens, highlighters, shapes, and text boxes, all available for you to add information onto a slide, or you can use this to annotate directly onto a student response. So let me go ahead and add in one of our student responses here, and you can use this to circle any common misconceptions, like this one here, or you can use it to draw connections, highlight any good answers as well. So you can learn more about the annotation tools linked up in the video above. So instead of preparing 10 extra slides, you're teaching with what students actually give you. So you can adjust your teaching based on the results of your student responses and the discussions you have with those annotations. Now let's talk about something that often slows interaction down: calling on students. Instead of scanning the room or defaulting to the same hands that are always raised, I like to use ClassPoint's name picker, also conveniently located on the toolbar. So with just one click, ClassPoint will randomly select a student from this wheel. I can then have them go ahead and answer the question. So this keeps participation fair and removes the awkward pauses of having to choose who's going to speak, which can always take up a lot of time and stunt the growth of the discussion. So this way, students stay attentive because they know that they might be called on and the lesson keeps moving forward. A common worry is that interaction can take up too much time in your class, but the key here is intention. One well-placed question, one annotation moment, or one name picker prompt can replace several minutes of guessing who understands what in the classroom. Interaction should support your pacing, not interrupt it. So if you need to create a slide deck really fast using AI to help aid in this interaction, check out the video linked up above. So before you've created these interactive slides, you had to guess who was following along. The same students would always participate, and misunderstandings could show up way too late. Now that we've created these slides, every student responds, you see thinking instantly, and your lessons can adapt as they happen. So that is the real shift. You don't need to redesign all of your teaching to make your PowerPoint interactive. Start with just one slide. Ask a question, use some annotation tools, and call on students using the name picker. Those are all the tips I have for you today in creating an interactive PowerPoint presentation. Try them out in your next lesson and let us know how it goes. Thanks again for watching. This is Sarah from the ClassPoint channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you don't miss any of our EdTech and AI tools and tips and tricks for your classroom.